path in how you see the future of the club?
Yeah, so I met, I think, 4 or 5 people before even committing, and there was a consistency in what they were saying. There was extreme transparency, and we spoke about solving the problems that the club has in the short term with bringing in football solutions, and that for me. And look, I'm still a young manager, and you come into, and I'm trying to explain it from my side, you come into the other side of the game, and when you used to be a player, you score a few goals, you have a few good performances, and you get to make choices for money or choices for trophies, and and if you're lucky, you get both. But when you're a manager, it's different. You rely so much on people around you. You rely so much on the time to work and develop and show the work you do, and so you have a choice between different pathways. I could go one pathway where you hop from one club to the other and hope that you reach the holy grail, because you've just landed in the right squads, or you try and find people that you think, and that was my take on it. I thought that the level of transparency, the way that we discuss short term, mid term, long term, it's not. Like I said, it's not rocket science. It's like any other thing in life. Is if you apply yourself and you bring then you get the necessary time, and my contract reflects that. I've signed 4 to 5 year contract, and I'm patient. I'm not looking to hop from one club to the other. I'm happy to be here at Burnley for the long term if needed be, and I'm prepared for any scenario. We've had very see I would love to give like a very simple short answer, but the reality is it really happened over a period of time that I was not in a need to go and look for another club. I had different options, so I was not in a need to come to Burnley specifically either, and we just started talking, mid-term, long-term, short-term. Talking about the problems that the club was facing in the short term, talking about the opportunities, and it's just how open that the chairman, the ownership, and other people within the club were to me that convinced me to come to the club. So I can tell you the short answer, which is the ambition is always, as you come down, to go back up. But the reality is that if it doesn't happen, I think we're in a very calm position because we know what to do with the debt. We know how to create value. We know how to grow the club. And if you look at some of the best examples in the Premier League, and name me the best examples of well-run small clubs in the Premier League. No, it's a question to you, like putting you on the spot.
Well, traditionally Burnley have been one of those.
Yeah, exactly. We've been, but it's a transition period. So now it's about how we get back there. So you'll name most likely the Brentfords of this world and the Brightons of this world, and these clubs didn't just go and make a big statement, let's go Premier League, and it jumped in from one year to another. It's about the recruitment you do. It's about the players. How you develop the players, and then it's not rocket science. The hardest part about football is just keeping people calm. That's the rest of it. It's mostly steering a course that's clear.
Doing my best to stay calm. Thank you.
I'll remind you of that.
Hi, Vincent.
I think that's the hardest part. How quickly you can turn it around, especially when you've got new players coming in, new ideas as well, and still a little bit of uncertainty because it's like this when a club gets relegated, and that's normal. But in terms of what I've seen the team do on the training pitch and how the team has been able to, show the togetherness in the very first days, that's one thing we'll take from the previous seasons into the new season, which should help us. I can tell you we're close to bringing in a few players, but until the medicals have been finalised and contracts are signed, there's nobody that we're bringing in officially today, I think. But in general, yes, we've been close to players, and we've set up a few medicals, and hopefully in next 24 to 48 hours we can start making the first announcements.
Before we talk football, can we sort the apartment out? Because you and Blackburn Rovers manager were apparently in for the same apartment, weren't you?
Yeah, I know. This is the first very false rumor that's come out. I just never had to look for an apartment because I've lived in the Northwest before and I've held on to a few things.
So we'll knock that one down then.
Yeah, knock that one down. It was wrong.
No worries.
Bad source.
In terms of